Alright, Doru, when you're ready,
Right.
we'll make a start. Okay, so beginning of mock test 5, drive on when you're ready.
Okay.
Just for those watching, we are starting with independent driving. We've already discussed it, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yep. So.
In 350 yards, at the roundabout, take the first exit, Rains Way. Take the first exit. In 100 yards, at the roundabout, take the third exit, Harvey Road. Take the third exit.
about this, bro. I want you to go straight on.
No worries. No
Please.
Worries. No worries. It's okay.
Turn left.
I did see that.
Have you just seen a sign?
No, as in I've seen no, I didn't see the sign. I saw the fact that it was intermittent, and I went for it. That's why. But the thing is, I was already past the. What am I talking about?
Yeah, no problems. No, I've just seen a sign saying road closed ahead.
Oh, was it? Okay, I didn't.
So for anybody who watched, well, last time we drove down here, we ended up in a car park that we couldn't get out of. But let's keep our eyes peeled for where the dead end is.
Fair enough.
We might be able to get through today. It might be different, maybe not. It's looking like it might be closed off at the end, so
Did you want me to reverse here?
I think we should do a U-turn, yeah, and just spin it right round, to be honest. Yeah. Didn't think it'd still be like this 2 weeks later, but there you go.
If possible, do a U-turn. Then turn right.
Okay, now actually follow it, because it will take the... Just go the way it wants you to take.
Fair enough.
It wanted you to in the first place.
But I didn't see the sign. Should have.
On the way in, it was right at the beginning. As you turn, have a little look so you know where it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, back under test conditions.
Yeah.
In 200 yards, turn right. Osmaston Park Road.
Ah, that one I see.
Yeah.
third exit.
So what would you normally be doing today, Doru?
I'll be sleeping.
Sleeping all day?
Not all day, but honestly, at this moment in time, I would probably be looking for a place to rent, because since I moved to Bristol about a week ago, I've been, well, my mentor at work has kindly offered to stay at his house whilst I find my feet, you know,
very nice.
The new office. Yeah, it's very nice. And also, well, like I said, I'll be searching for an apartment to rent.
Good. Pull up on the left, please, before we reach the white car. It's a safe place.
Okay.
Thank you. Drive on when you're ready.
200 yards, at the roundabout, take the second exit. Darby Road. Take the second exit.
Safe place, please.
Okay. Actually, no, not here.
In 200 yards, you have arrived.
Thank you very much. That's the end of independent driving now.
Okay.
Just turn that off. We got there in the end, kind of. Okay. So I'll give you directions from now on.
Okay.
All right. And so first thing we're going to do is going to head towards the pub car park, and we're going to do a forwards park. Okay. Just to let you know in advance.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
So really, I'll direct you to the pub, and when we get there, then I want you to. It's down to you then to pick a bay. Take your time, you know. And
I remember the tips you gave me.
Yeah.
1 car width between this side of the car and where I'm if I'm turning right, it'll be 1 car width between this side of the car and the lines, basically. Not the lines, but you know what I mean. And
Okay.
when turning, when going forward and turning into a bay, as well as I would have to, it would have to be, for instance, if I want to go into 1 bay, now I'm thinking about reverse parking now. I'm thinking about my shoulder. Let's just do it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yep. Just do what you'd normally do with your instructor.
Exactly.
Thanks, Doru. Drive on when you're ready.
It's a bit too much talking, my apologies.
It's all right. It's all right. I did ask you what you'd normally be doing. You'd be thinking about bay parking, wouldn't you?
I know.
Don't worry.
Okay.
So at the roundabout, it's going to be right.
Okay.
And it's going to be 5th exit.
Okay.
just keep coming back round.
Oh, so this is the 5th one.
So you can start your count again if you wish from there.
From here.
The one we just passed was 1.
Was 1, okay, thank you.
2. It is 4th.
4th.
Apologies.
Oh, okay. No, it's fine.
It was 5th. 4th.
It was 4th.
Turn right, 3rd exit on this one. Definitely 100% 3rd exit.
No worries.
Good practice anyway, I guess.
Yeah. Alright. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so just follow the road ahead towards the car park, and then just find a convenient place for us to forward park.
Okay.
When you're ready. Cheers. Thank you. And I'd like you to reverse out when you're ready. Try and avoid going into the base behind.
Okay, yeah.
Once you've done that, follow signs, if applicable, towards the exit.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I know there are no cars next to me. That's a mistake.
When you reach the roundabout at the end of the road, take the first exit left.
Okay.
It is definitely the first one.
No worries, man. It's good exercise for both you and I.
Yeah. Yeah. Went over it about 3 times in my mind. I thought I was going mad the second time round, but
Yeah.
there you go.
Okay.
Second exit.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, no worries.
Coming off at the next exit, it's in about a mile. That's for Derby A6.
Okay.
Roundabout, follow the road ahead, it's your second exit.
Okay.
It's the second exit that we're taking. Yeah. We'll be on this road for around a mile.
Okay.
Okay, and we'll be coming off at the next exit for Ring Road West.
Okay.
Roundabout, I'd like you to take the second exit for the testing station. Okay? Second exit ahead.
Okay.
Straight on.
Remember this. Thank God for your videos, man.
I'm sure many people have said that.
As you call it, the tricky bit.
Yep. I wouldn't call it straightforward.
Yeah.
And just behind the black car there. Awesome, thank you very much. Secure the car, make yourself comfy, pop the engine off, and we'll go through the debrief. Okay, so it's the end of mock test 5.
Yeah.
A couple of bits for me to reflect on that mock test as well, where I could have done a bit better in terms of planning. But let's start with you, because that's what we've come for, to see how you're getting on and stuff. So, you're aware of something.
Yeah.
There's not much ink on the paper at all today. The best it's ever been.
Really?
You've probably had a quick look. And
I didn't actually.
No?
I intentionally didn't look.
Didn't you?
No,
Good.
honestly.
So, one instance, parking. Tell me.
Yeah. So I parked forward. But then when you asked me to reverse backwards and then get out of the parking bay and essentially the parking area and just continue with the road on our journey to wherever we're going, I started steering right away rather than first reverse backwards and then start steering. And the reason I did that is because there were no cars in our bays on either side of my of where I was parked.
Yeah.
So I basically crossed immediately as I started moving my car backwards. I started I turned basically my wheel, not my wheel. What do you call it? My steering wheel.
Mm-hmm.
So what I should have done instead is reverse backwards a bit. What you usually say is halfway out of the parking bay and then you start steering. Whereas like I said, I started steering right away. So I find that, I don't know if that is a mistake or it can be classified a mistake, but I know that wasn't according to test regulations, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, let me tell you where I'm coming from with that. It's best practice not to. It irons out any possibilities of anything going wrong on the day, right? Because if there was a car there, you would hit it. But there wasn't a car there.
Yeah.
Now here's the other side. Here's the other side of the coin. To get in the bay forward, you have to cross the other bay.
That's true.
You have to.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't not.
That's
unless you've had a massive wide space and then you just drive straight into the bay. Of course, you're going to be parallel with the line as you come in the bay. But you don't get that opportunity at car parks. So to reverse out, you could argue you're doing the same thing. You could argue. I've just had a look in the because to be honest with you, it was a nice drive on the whole. I want to pass you. I've just had a look in this book. This is what I was sent in terms of the new driving test changes, and pulling forwards into a bay was one of the new things that they brought in. Now what it says is you can't go through one bay to get into another bay, and when you're reversing out, you can't reverse into the bays behind you, which I reminded you about as well, to get out and round. The real answer to this would be in the DT1, which is the driving test guidance, which is for examiners. But it's available to anybody, and you can download it off the Gov website. From today, I'm going to download a copy of that and keep it in the car, especially with the new changes in the test as well. So there's something else that I've learned. In fact, I'm going to write that down. So I'm going to print that off and keep that here because it'd have a definite answer. But I think, especially at the time, I knew you were super aware of it because of your little commentary as well. I'm feeling inclined not to mark that as a serious fault.
Yeah, fair enough. But it was a mistake because what is more important as well is, I think from one of your other videos, is when you reverse backwards rather than just starting to turn your steering wheel, is you give the other drivers the opportunity, or even the pedestrians, to see a car, because if you're turning at an angle, it's harder for them to see, whereas if you're coming straight out, you're more visible to everyone around.
Could be, yeah. What do you mean in terms of the reverse lights and things like that? Yeah, could be. Because some cars only have it on one side as well, a reverse light. This car's got it on both lights, but some only one.
Well, not just reverse lights, but imagine if I have a car parked right beside me. So if I go backwards in a forward fashion, right, the possibility of someone spotting me is much higher, because if I start steering at an angle, then I'll be blocked by one side car. Do you see my point? Because I'm coming out of an angle. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I can't quite picture what you mean. Do you want to show me in a picture? Is it worth it? No, it's fine. Honestly,
yeah.
It's just for.
I just can't agree. I don't know what you mean.
It's fine. No worries. Obviously, it's just something that just crossed my mind in terms of visibility for everyone around me when I'm reversing backwards. So if I go back in a in a backwards fashion, in a straight line, then the others around me can see me better. Because if I would reverse and have my car not going backwards but at an angle,
especially if there's a bend,
and if there's a bend, for instance,
I get that now,
and the visibility can be reduced. That's what I'm saying. Whereas if I'm coming back in a straight line, everyone around me can see me, kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah, that crossed my mind.
I get that. That would add
just a bit of extra detail, I guess.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay, so I've got a few notes, but really, so I would say that is a pass, and just with 3 faults altogether.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you know what the other 2 are?
No, but I think. Well, remember I asked you to remember that roundabout at the very beginning of the test.
Oh, 4 faults. Sorry.
4 faults. Okay. No worries. I went at the roundabout in 3rd gear. So I don't know if that would be. I just judged it at the time that we went kind of fast around the bend, to be fair. So maybe I should have gone in 2nd gear. Do you remember which roundabout we're talking about? It was a controlled roundabout, and as we came off it, I said, "Do you mind remembering this roundabout? Because I'll come back to it."
I do.
And I was in 3rd gear, and as we were coming around the bend, I was around 25 miles an hour. I mean, would you say that's appropriate or not?
It didn't feel like it. Basically, if it feels controlled, I'm not going to bother looking at the speed.
Okay.
Because there's no need to.
Okay.
And so everything like that felt okay. I still would have been in 2nd at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For better control.
Yeah.
So the second you ease off, the engine's braking for you.
Yeah.
And
the other fault, if you don't mind me, because I'm on that path anyway, saying I definitely know one time when I had a fault, well, a minor fault, is when I didn't signal as I was coming off. When you asked me to stop, and I stopped on a hill, I believe, and then I didn't indicate right, I believe, as I was coming off. Was that a fault by any chance? No? And at the same time, I believe one other time I turned my indicator on and then I switched it off when I wanted to move off, and maybe that might have confused some drivers.
I thought all that was fine moving off.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I thought those were the times when I had them.
Only signal if there's somebody that's going to benefit from it, and I feel like you're good with that. I feel like when you cancel it, it's right that you've cancelled it, because there's things coming in the distance, and don't want to signal flashing if there's things coming in the distance, unless you're going to move off, which you never were. So I thought all that was fine, to be honest.
Then I have no idea. Please.
All right. The first fault then is the roundabout you're on about. Yeah, it's the spider roundabout. We turned right at it, and as you went round, you cut the lanes. You didn't spiral.
Okay.
You did. The second time we went round it, because the road was closed, we did a loop, and we ended up coming back to that roundabout from a different direction and turning right in towards Allington High Street thing-ish. And so yeah, so you just need to follow the spiral lines really. Stay slower. I think you've already said your speed was a bit quick. Maybe that's
a bit quick, yeah.
Expect it to spiral, especially if you're looking at the roundabout and there's 3 lanes on it, 2 on approach, 3 on it.
Okay.
Yeah. So just expect that. You got it on the second way round. Fine. The first one could have easily been a serious fault. You know the Bluepeter roundabout where we turned right?
Well, I know the roundabout.
Right at the beginning of the test.
Okay.
So we went past the Texaco garage with the left signal on. That was okay. It wouldn't be okay though if there's a car waiting to turn out. It could pull out on you.
I see. So I had my left indicator on where we were supposed to be turning right.
Didn't affect anything or anybody or anything like that, so I didn't mark it, but it's just worth mentioning.
Okay. No, of course.
Yeah. And then we went and then you turned right from the middle lane. That was great because I thought, yeah, you've seen that you could use middle lane. Not put doing a lane change if you don't need to. Just follow that lane and stay in it and turn right. Because
even you were suggesting in that middle lane, because as you're coming off, you're automatically going in the left-hand lane as you're coming off the roundabout.
You could do, yeah. It merges anyway, so it's not really an issue whichever lane you're in. As long as you keep your speed up as you're coming off and onto the new road, it's not an issue. It merges later. So what you did was you went to the middle and you sort of passed the give-way lines, and as you passed the give-way lines, you cut straight into lane 3. Went into lane 3 and then come back out to lane 2, I believe, if I'm remembering right. Or did you stay in the right-hand lane to come off? Either way, it was safe when you did both. If there'd have been cars anywhere near, it'd have been a serious, massive problem, because it'd have been really dangerous. Because them lanes are really narrow.
So lane discipline.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's probably worth going back over that at some point, turning right at it from both lanes for us today and making sure that you know what's the middle and what's the right.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, so there's 2 there for lane discipline.
Okay.
There's 1 for there's 1 for positioning normal driving.
Okay. So I was closer to
on that single lane roundabout in Chellaston.
I remember.
Because you said it as well. You said, "Oh, I should be centre here." I mean, it's borderline whether it was even a driver fault, because your mirrors was very good. You was aware what you did. The car behind followed your path. Should the car go on the inside of you, that's more risk presenting itself then. So it's borderline whether I should have even put it as a driver fault. But I want you to be aware of it, because we spoke about it before.
Yeah.
And I want you to eliminate that. If it's single lane, straight over it. Straight line.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's it. That's it in terms of the fault. So I've got 2 for lane discipline,
which is on the roundabouts.
First Bluepeter roundabout, Spider roundabout, first time turning right. 1 for normal driving, that's going left on a single lane roundabout, and the forward park turning too early when reversing out.
Yeah.
So we stay straight for longer next time. A few side notes to go over. There's been quite a lot of comments on the...
I've seen that. Don't check my blind spot, yeah.
Yeah, but you do. Now, I just want to clear it up, because...
Maybe I didn't at the beginning, you know.
Maybe at the beginning, people get mixed up with stuff. But if your wheels have moved that much, and then you check the blind spot...
That's a problem.
No, it's not.
Really?
What damage are you going to do?
Okay.
Even if you start steering and you've moved that much, you don't want to have moved. You don't want to have done anything. Ideally, so if I'm doing it, I'm this would be me doing it. If I would be check, and the handbrake could be going off as I'm looking back forwards. So yeah, I've done it before I go, but it's almost as I'm going. Basically, from that last check and this check, I just might put the clutch back down and not go. So you don't want to be, because I think in some people's minds, they're checking the blind spot, and then a second later, then they're moving. I think, yeah, I've checked it.
But you need to.
But that's rubbish.
As you're moving off, yeah.
Yeah, you need to check it as you're about to do what you're about to do, and that's when it's most relevant. So, I was keeping an eye on that then because of that, and at one time I think your wheels had moved about that much. You did it, and I'm thinking, I don't really see a big problem with that.
I usually actually check it twice now that I think about it. I
Yeah.
go,
So
and then
so
twice
don't
again.
change too much. Keep just you're checking.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
your awareness is quite good. So
Thank
let's. So that's done. I thought I'd address that for you. Green lights, right? We need to be getting gone a bit quicker at these lights.
Okay.
We've not affected anything today, but
But
I think there could be annoying traffic.
Faster.
And
Yeah, okay.
so
Okay.
sometimes you'll wait for it till it's green, then preparing.
Are you talking about the pedestrians that were crossing that time?
No, not that time.
Because
You did the right thing there.
I had to wait until they. Okay.
Till there was off the crossing.
Okay.
Yeah, you did the right thing. I was pleased with that.
Okay.
But like when we started the test here and at the light, and then when we got moving, and there was a couple of other lights along the way,
You should have gone quicker.
we should have been ready, prepared on amber. So as soon as it's green, we've already done the checks.
Yeah.
You know, any bikes, any cyclists, or anything at the side, and we've gone on green. Nice and assertive.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Props to you for your pedals. Pedal work's really good.
Well, it's not. It's not great, but I think I've improved a bit. Yeah.
A lot compared to that Monday. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
So that's really good, especially after the gap, because you've not driven, have you? This
Yeah.
is the last time I saw you was on your test day. What now?
That
2 weeks
was-
later. Is
Yeah.
it
So
now?
that was.
Something like that.
Yeah. That was 2 weeks probably 2-3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the other thing just to note is when you're doing your sideways glance, you're looking a bit too far.
Okay. So I'm turning a bit too much.
You're looking over a bit too much.
Okay.
And it could distract you from what you need to see ahead.
Okay.
So all it needs to be is a quick mirror, sideways glance and back. That's it. Glance and back.
Okay.
Job done.
Fair enough.
All right.
Okay.
So, oh, and also when we just went straight on at the roundabout here, and you signalled right. Just be careful with that.
That's something that I actually wanted to address in that instance, because I know exactly what you're talking about. Should have, as I was coming to, we stopped at the traffic light, all right? Should I have indicated left?
Yes, that's all.
That's all. Okay. Because the reason I did right is because as we start moving off, I could be taking the first exit rather than the second exit. You see what I mean? So someone might think that I'm coming up, I'm moving off, I'll be taking the first exit rather than going into that lane. That's why I did right.
Yeah.
I put my right signal on.
I think it's more confusing than necessary, because the left is left only, and then in your lane you can actually still turn left and you can go the way you went.
Yeah.
But just make it clear where you're going from your actual car's road position.
Fair. I just indicate left and that's all.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
Simple. Fine.
So that's it. That's and there's all, that's basically all the little side notes
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
bottom. So in case you guys are wondering, that's how I've done it. So I just put a few notes on the bottom. So yeah. I'm aware that we only pulled up twice, both hill starts. I'm aware of that, but I don't see there's a massive problem with the judgment there. So, and we've pulled up many times before. So
Yeah.
ideally I'd have got 3 or 4, but that's it. Okay. So happy with the result?
Yeah, I mean, and
Ish.
obviously I can improve. So just looking forward to the following mocks. That's all.
All right. Let's give them a go.